Hey guys, it's your boy Scotty, back at you again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Commander Legends spoilers. Today's November 9th. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because I did another recording. It was much too long. So let's just jump straight into it, okay? So the first thing we got are the Battle Bond lands. Great lands. Effectively in Commander, when you first start the game, they act like dual lands, except for they're way cheaper than actual dual lands, so that's great. Oh wait, we're going from the first spoilers to the most recent. We got Prash. He's okay. Not too excited about him, but some people, they like Prash, so if you're running Prash, this is great because you get new art and special foil. Got Commander Sphere. Huge Commander staple. It's just good to have that as reprinted, so it's good to keep the cost down. Command Tower, another thing, just like Command Sphere. Really huge staple, goes in a lot of decks, needs reprints to keep it down. Keeper of the Accord, pretty solid for white. It's not the most powerful, but it is closing the gap of like the weaknesses of white, so it's good for that reason. At the end of opponent's end step, if an opponent owns more creatures than you, you make 1/1s. If they have more lands than you at the end of their turn, you put a land into play. At the beginning of each opponent's end step. Oh, that's a little bit better than I thought. You could ramp quite a bit if you're playing against some really rampy decks, some like green decks, really get you out there. Prismatic Piper, that's great because then it gives you access for partner to any color you wish. This guy, his partner, you add mana equal to the power of the greatest creature that entered the battlefield this turn under your control. So that's good. It lets you basically play stuff for free, pretty much. So that's awesome. And this one I'm really excited about because I have a Omnath Locus of Rage deck I want to build. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, pay 2, and then you deal damage to a target creature. That's great. Sargeran, Dark Baron. For some reason, some people are excited about this. I think it's lame. When another player loses, you gain health equal to that player's total life that they had before they died. If I'm already killing my opponents, that's good. It's not going to help me do anything else. Mana Confluence, good reprint. It's going to help people, so that's good. This guy, people have been talking about him. He creates thralls. You can sacrifice creatures or planeswalkers to draw cards, and then his ultimate is you gain control of all commanders, even if they're in the command zone. So good if you can get his ult off. I think he's just going to be a target for removal, though. So I think his real use is the black thralls and drawing cards. This guy, he says whenever you cast a spell converting mana cost 6 or greater, you bounce a permanent. This one, not very impressive. You scry. He's a Sphinx. Not too impressive. This one's more scrying. This one, you copy 3 spells in your graveyard. You copy a spell 3 times in your graveyard. This one, not very great. This one also is a burst draw. This one is kind of funky. Cast an instant sorcery, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, return that spell to its owner's hand. So you lose the flip. All you wasted was just the mana to cast it. You still keep the spell. If you win, you copy that spell. You may choose new targets for copy. So it lets you copy a bunch of stuff. I think it's really good because the worst thing that happens is you fail the flip and you get to still keep your card. You just wasted the mana. So not great because it does kind of put you behind a turn if it's early, especially. But and it is what it is. This one's a free spell. Not a free spell, but you get both effects if you control your commander. Opponents sacrifice a creature they control with greatest power, and then exile all opponents' graveyards and create X01 black thrall creature tokens. X is greatest power among creature cards exiled this way. I really like this card because it gives you a bunch of tokens. In black, that would be great for aristocrat decks. Then you can sacrifice them. Empiric Tutor, very much so needed reprint. Good tutor, way too expensive. This guy, Demir's gonna love him. You look at the top 2 cards of your library when you cast a spell. Put one into your hand, one into your graveyard. Really great for Demir. You get to pick them too, which one goes where. Swings to the second sun. I still don't understand how this works. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you get an additional beginning phase after this phase. Oh, and it includes untap, upkeep, and draw spells. Huh. So basically you get like, as long as this is on the field, you basically kind of get like an extra turn every time. So I can see this being played, being cheated into play, protecting it. Yeah, I could see that because then you get 2 turns. It's kind of good. Just every time it's not like a, hey, I pay a 6 mana spell to get extra turn once. This guy is 8 mana. He stays there. As long as he stays there, you get extra turn. Cool. That's awesome. It's a repeatable effect. This guy scries a bunch when you attack with flying creatures, which is good. This one is a staple in blue decks, so that's good. Okay, this guy's Pirate Tribal kind of does graveyard shenanigans. This is a cool artifact, equipment, but it's not that good. Whenever you attack, whenever your creature with this equipped to attacks, create 4/4 angel that's tapped and attacking. Cool. They get +2/+2. If they put a like a sack ability like Vigilance or First Strike or something, then I would see it being more usable. But the equip cost is really expensive for. So this guy, rather than pay 2 for each, so instead of paying your commander tax, you can pay 2 life instead. And whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. So I think that's really cool. And he's got Flying Lifelink. It's 5/5. Orzhov. I can see that being really good. Tax your opponents for doing stuff. Monarch. There's a lot of Monarch stuff this set. How long is this going on for so far? We're trying to make this quick. Okay. +1/+1 counters. Synergies. Yep. Yeah. Need some shenanigans there, but it doesn't seem too great. Everyone's really happy about this card. Unless you're getting infinite mana, I don't see me playing this because you got to pay 9 for it in the first place. 3, you get a bunch of tokens, and they're big tokens. But then you got Encore 12, so if you want to do it again, it's way more expensive. I don't know. I just don't have that type of mana. I could be playing 3 or 4 spells for that type of mana. This is a bunch of Cascade junk in this set, so we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Senegos, reprint, good. I like to see any type of God reprints. Any type of God reprints are good. Just gods are expensive, typically. Not always, but attacks, yeah. More Encore stuff. Care less about Encore for the most part. There's a few cards that with Encore I'm like, oh, hey, that's good, but for most of it. Yeah, this one, not too impressed. Saw that. Yeah, just stop the video and take a look at it. Like I said, I'm trying to make this fast. Artifacts you control have protection from each converted mana cost among artifacts you control. Good. You're playing an artifact heavy deck. You haven't had a partner, or you just want to slap that in there as part of 99. Fantastic. This guy needed a reprint. He was expensive. Glad that this is a reprint for people who want to play him. Glad to see any type of expensive card getting a reprint. So, Marble Diamonds. All the diamonds are getting reprints. Great. They were too expensive before for what they did. Raise an Alarm. This one, you can tap untapped flying creatures with flying. So if you're playing a flying deck, great. I have yet to see a flying deck with flying being its main thing. I don't know. Opposition Agent, I think you could definitely build a budget deck though, flying. It'd be really good. I think that'd be a pretty fun budget build. Yeah, this one everyone's talking about, really nuts. Flash, you control your opponents while they're searching. They're basically searching their library or tutoring. And then the card that you pick for them to find, you exile it, and then you may pay it. You may play it as long as it remains exiled. That's really good. Someone goes to tutor, you go pick their win con or the best thing in their deck, and you're like, hey, that's mine now. Fuck you. Yeah. This girl, I'm not sure if she was expensive, but reprint. 6 slime, need a reprint. This one, I do not care about at all. because you make one XX colorless horror artifact creature token. If you made a bunch of smaller tokens, be all about it. This one, you make one big ass token for 9. You switch your life totals. No, it's not consistent enough. If it was small tokens, then yes, I'd like it because then I'd have an army of small tokens I can use for aristocrat style bullshit. One big ass token, don't care at all, even remotely. This one, sacrifice stuff, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand, other into your graveyard. I don't like sacrificing that many permanents. If it was like, oh hey, sacrifice 1, you do that, all about it, get some card advantage, throw stuff in your graveyard. The fact that you're sacrificing 3 of your board's presence, unless you have a ton of tokens, it's going to be really rough. But even then, I would almost rather have my tokens for other effects. Diamonds, Sandstone Oracle. It's pretty cheap, so it didn't really need a reprint, but never going to complain about reprints. So dies, create, yeah, and then Encore. Yeah. Man, we're only on the second page. The 9, and the first page was like really short. Okay, speed. Okay, dies, create 3 elves. Reprint, I guess. 3 visits need a reprint bad. It was like $100, and it did not need to be $100, so that's really awesome. He's kind of fun. Deals combat damage to a player. That player gains control target permanent you control. That player loses. Each player loses life equal and discards cards equal to the number of permanents they control but don't own. Super fun for a hate deck that gives its shit away. Yeah, this I could care less about. It seems kind of bad. Good artifact, cool. Reprint. This one you cheat a creature into play. There's better versions of this out though. Like Defense of the Heart does this way better. It's an enchantment, really protected on your upkeep. You go find 2 creatures and put them out of your library and you put them into play. So it's a better version of that, same mana cost, and it's like 1 green less. Kodama of the East Tree. Yeah, if you cheat something into play, you get to cheat another thing. Yeah, if you cheat something into play with something else, or you play something, then you can cheat another thing into play with Kodama. If it's like less of converted mana cost, I think. More Monarch stuff. Draw 3 cards, and at the beginning of your hand stuff, you lose 2 life for each card in your hand. It's not. I think that's. I wouldn't put it in my deck. You're losing too much life for the burst. You're gaining, and you gotta like pay 3 mana to it anyway. So it's just, it doesn't seem that good to me. There's better cards. Reprint. No. Yes, reprint. Okay. Not sure how expensive it was before, but it's a reprint. So this is a reprint. Not sure how expensive he was, but he seemed fun. Group hug deck with a twist. Well, all group hug decks are group hug with a twist. There's no real pure group hugs anymore. Yeah, reprint. I don't like him though, so I'm kind of salty that he's the only Selesnya partner commander. Queen Marchesa, another reprint, good. This guy, he's all about Cascade, except for you get to ramp too while you do it, so that's fun. Cascade, Monarch. Monarch's gonna love this. Like, if you're playing Queen Marchesa, you're gonna love this freaking set. Pirates and Encore. Pirates. Oh, actually, this one's an interesting one. Whenever one or more pirates you control deals damage to your opponent's exile the top card of each of this opponent's libraries, you may play those cards this turn, and you may spend mana as though they were mana of any color cast those spells. So you kind of like she was Dino's name. Maybe it'll come to me over time. Anyways, more parts. Relic Core Tower, great reprint. Reprints, not sure if it was expensive. Cascade, I think that's a reprint as well. Encore, Pirates. Yeah. This one's interesting, I think. Maybe. At the beginning of your combating your turn, you may pay XX, wherein you do distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target elves. If it didn't say target elves and it said target creatures, I'd really, 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 really like this card. But it doesn't. It says target elves, so it's only good in elves. It's annoying. But it's okay. But you do have to pay like a lot of mana to it. You gotta pay 2 mana to get like a +1/+1 counter. But it is for all of your elves, so it's different. It's like, it can be stronger. This one, this I like. This is basically the other one, except for it's target creature instead of all of your creatures. But +1/+1 counter on target creature for each elf you control. But again, you gotta have elf, so it's elf tribal. Another elf tribal thing. There's a lot of elf tribal here. Pirates. This one's fun. Whenever a commander you control deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. So great. It has partner, so any type of partner commander you got that deals damage directly to people, no reason not to just throw it in there and then throw in a couple red mana into your. But you don't even have to play red spells. You just need that dude. I'll probably put him in the 99 of my first deck as a damage doubler. Attacks, defending player. You look at defending player's hand, you may put a creature card from out to the battlefield and you control, tapped and attacking, and then you bounce it back to their hand. Yep. Seems good. This dude, he's all about them salamanders. I'll let you guys read that. I don't feel like reading salamander dude. Salamander dude's best friend. He's got Encore though, so Cascade. I think that's a reprint. I think was an expensive one. This one I'm really excited about. Introduces mana burn back to the game. Also, I think it's going to be really easy to bust this bit because it's like one tap it, so you gain the type of untapping shenanigans going on. Yeah. Dark Guardian was live. Yeah. This one can't read it, but it looks like it's trash because you got to pay 8 for something. Yeah. Shaymin. Okay, this is the first one of the courts. It's for Monarch. I'm not going to spend time reading it because there's 5 of them. This one says whenever a permanent enters battlefield under your control, look top card of your library. If it shares a card type with it, you put it into your hand. So nice card draw. This dude's really fun. He's like kind of like a miniature Greater Hoof Behemoth every turn. Because you're at the beginning of your turn, every creature gets +3 and trample until end of turn. Then you can turn your lands into elementals too. So I like him. He's kind of expensive, but I mean it's good for a good reason. If you control your commander, the spell becomes both. You have a bunch of lands and 2 creatures, and yeah, and then you choose a creature and you kind of like smack them with your small dudes. He's really bad. Well, I guess he's not really bad. He's just I don't like him. Next page. Man, I'm still taking forever. Why is there so many of these? This one kind of like flicker stuff here, but it's a really bad flicker, so I'd rather use other flicker spells. Hunter's Might. Choose target creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, draw that many cards. I like that because it's not like, oh, hey, you draw 1 card. No, you draw equal to the amount of damage you did to that player or planeswalker, so that's really good. Here's the Black Court. I'll let you guys read that. Kogari Elf. At the beginning of each player's post-combat main phase, that player adds colorless for each of your opponents you lost 5 that turn. So, little mana dork there. Celestial Blade. Didn't need a reprint, but it's fine. I have some crap cards in here, right? Is it junk? Yeah, it's pretty junk. Yeah, this one's like a really bad token maker, but it does say at the beginning of each upkeep, So I guess that's kind of redeem quality. Court of Grace. More Monarch stuff. Let you guys read it. More Monarch stuff. But when you're Monarch, though, you can't lose life. So that's nice. This one's +1/+1 synergy. This Planeswalker, I'll pull it up. You can read it if you want to. I will never play this card. I don't see anyone ever playing that card. To be honest, it's just you don't get that good of value out of it. This one, if you control a commander, you may cast a spell. You may choose both. Add red for each card in target opponent's hand. Exile top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. I like this card. I rate it. This dude, I won't let you read it. I don't think he's that good. I'm leaving it there for a moment because he's got a lot of text. Reprint, I think. It's a reprint. Here's the translated. Reprints are always good. I think this guy's new. Beginning of each end step, draw a card if you cast a spell from your graveyard or activate the ability of your card in graveyard this turn. Good. Great for Dimir. Path of Ancestry. Need a reprint. Oh yeah, this is Myriad Landscape. I really wish that they would take the panoramas and do a reprint. Not because they're expensive, but just because I want more readily access to them. Zur the Enchanter. Good reprint. This dude's fun. If my computer will work. Okay. First Strike, Menace, Trample. Partner. He's a 0-drop. My buddy was in doing a sacrifice theme with him, and then have him somehow go back to his hand repeatedly. That way you can play him repeatedly. So, yeah. This guy, I really rate this guy. A lot of people are kind of like dissing on him. But if you scry a number of cards, draw that many cards instead. So now suddenly, I believe there's a 1-drop in the set that says scry 2, draw a card. That's suddenly a burst of 3 draws for 1 blue mana. You throw a win con in this deck, you're gonna be finding that win con really quickly. You start throwing in some scry effects because scry effects are like kind of just stable on for free. This one's Wheel of Misfortune. It's like a wheel, but except for it punches a person who chooses the highest number, and then the person with the lowest number gets no wheel at all. So this is a really fun card. I can see it being played. I might even throw it into my Perforos deck, to be honest. This kind of one-shot someone out of nowhere. This guy, I really, really like him because there's a new Boros commander who cares about artifacts. So whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Rock with equipped creature has pay 1, tap it, sacrifice Rock. This creature deals 2 damage to any target and has equipped with 1. I will never be using the Rock to deal damage to stuff unless I absolutely have to. I will just be repeatedly equipping Rock to my Boros commander. This one is like a better version of Tadiova, except for cost 1 more. Play an additional land on each of your turns, so it's like a, I think it's Exploration. Yeah, Exploration's added a stable on Tadiova for 1 more mana, so it's really good. Cascade. This one is a board wipe, except for it doesn't target commanders, so that's great. Conifer, last you. When another creature you control dies, return another target creature with lesser toughness from your graveyard to your hand. Seems okay. I'm not a huge fan. Najila, I believe that this is a reprint and it was much needed. I believe it was expensive. Arcane Signet, never gonna complain about Arcane Signet being reprinted. Staff of Domination got a reprint. Already starting to see its price drop. Another diamond. Jeweled Lotus. Let's get into this for a second. Functional reprint of Black Lotus, except for it's just for your commander and it's 1 color. It's going to be really, really good for some decks. Other decks could care less about it. If you're playing a deck it's really, really good in, you're going to want it, especially competitive decks. Perforos, Turn 1. Turn 1 Perforez. That's freaking good. Scroll Rack. Need a reprint. So this guy needed a reprint. I believe he was expensive. That's a different art of that one Planeswalker I don't care about. Encore. This guy, he's kind of interesting. He's a turtle. Turtle shaman. As battlefield, when he's tapped, other permanents enter in taps. When he's untapped, permanents enter in battlefield untapped. So it's kind of like a hate bears thing. Your enemy's shit enters in tapped, yours stuff doesn't, because on your untap you'll untap. So just swing with them or find a way to tap them. Command Beacon needed a freaking reprint. Thank God. It was like $20 before. Now I was already seeing it. It's like going down to $6. That's awesome. Kind of hurts because I have a $20 Command Beacon, so I was happy about it, but I needed a reprint. Return to Dust. Good. Rago. Got a reprint. This guy, he's new, but he does the same shit that Gruul always does, so I don't care. Rings of Bright Hearth. Money reprint. Good. Thrasios, definitely need a reprint. And then they got these vows. I could care less about these vows, to be honest. They're not that great. You're enchanting other people's stuff to basically not attack you, except for you have, yeah, this guy's trash. I don't care about that. There's a mechanic. I'm trying to think of it. Basically, a goad. That's what it is. Goad. You have goad in the game. Who cares about enchanting one permanent to go do something else to someone else? Use goad. Just use goad. Oh, there's another vow. Yeah, these are 3 vows. This guy, really happy about. I think I'm going to put that in my Orzhov deck. At the beginning of each end step, create an X1/1 spirit, white spirit creature token, where X is the number of tokens you created this turn. Amazing for aristocrats. Freaking spot on. Could even be, like, I would even, like, see that as being a commander. It's just good. I like it a lot. Spend too much mana to make tokens right there. Yeah, taps stuff when you put creatures in play. Needed a reprint. War Room is interesting. It's new. I don't think it's that good, but it could be good for situational decks. You pay 3, tap it, pay life equal to number of colors in your commander's identity color, draw a card. So if you don't have a lot of card draw, or you're just not hitting it in your hand, then it becomes good. At that point, I wouldn't want it. This guy needed a reprint bad. He was really expensive. This one's neat, but not crazy. Another vow. This guy I like a lot. I think everyone's underrating it. Whenever a creature you control dies, exile it. At the beginning of your end step, if you control no creatures, sacrifice Promise of Tomorrow and return all cards exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control. So basically, you just put this on the board, and as people remove your board, you're basically saving it up into a piggy bank, and then if you get board wiped, then you get it all back. So, yeah. So this is just great protection for your board. Just slap it down and say, hey, I dare you to get rid of my shit. The only thing is if they pop the enchantment. But at that point, the enchantment's not really doing much while it's on the battlefield. It's when it leaves the battlefield, it does a lot of work. So a lot of people don't really care about popping it because it's not doing anything to them. So I think it's a really good enchantment. I think it should be worth close to $10 and seeing it go for $6. So I'll definitely be picking up a copy if I don't get one in my box. Sacrifice enchantment, return target enchantment from your graveyard to battlefield. I don't know what's going on with my monitor right now. Oh, okay, that was weird. This guy, you can read that. I don't think he's that good, except for Storm. Storm decks will love him. What's this? Choose any number of target creatures, planeswalkers, and/or players. For each of them, exile top card of your library. Then deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to that permanent or player. Okay, so I can see it being okay. It's pretty conditional. This guy, I don't really want to read him. Just a lot of text. I'll let you guys read him. He seems okay for artifact decks. Other than that, eh. Monarch. This guy I'm really excited about because that Boros commander I was talking about before. Artifacts and auras. So I'm liking it. They gave some neat toys for artifacts and auras this set. Just they didn't really mention it too heavily. It just kind of slid in there a little bit. Same thing with this guy. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. This one, I've been reading his ability and I just don't get how he's like good. I'm sure someone will find a way to break it, but I don't get it. Target opponent gains control of target creature. Saying, yeah, it's Blasphemous Act need a reprint. Court of Bounty, hold up. Monarch, let you guys read it. Apex, Destroyer, Devastator. If this thing hits the battlefield, I'm scooping. I'm fucking done. You managed to pull this shit off. I'm out. It's Cascade, 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 Cascade. Fuck me. I literally, I was going to pay a Cascade deck. I would just find a way to tutor this guy for free and just have my whole deck set up around cascading 4 times with him and winning. And then this guy, kind of garbo, but if you need access to a green partner commander, it's like, okay. Hansa Eriksson is fucking cool. He attacks, reveal top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put on the battlefield, tapped and attacking defending player or planeswalker they control. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. When you put a creature card onto the battlefield this way, it fights him. So just make him indestructible and then cheat out like shit like Eldrazi and shit. Fucking easy. And he's fucking flavorful as shit. I like him. As battlefield, you may search for other 3 basic cards. Okay, so the way this guy works is your opponents search up 3 basic lands. They get 2 of them. They give 1 to you. So you ramp by 3. They ramp by 2. Great for group hug. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, this guy's nasty. So at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice each other creature you control. Discard 2 cards. Sacrifice him. Choose target opponent. Then they get them. So gotta fuck yourself over, but then you give it to an opponent to fuck them over. You can find a way to kind of skip the whole the beginning of your end step thing. You can just give it to them. That's even better. This guy didn't really need a reprint, but he's cool. I like him. Yeah. This guy's good for aristocrats. He stuff leads to your graveyard. You create tokens. Yeah, this thing not overly great, but it's like, I guess, whatever. It's partner. Court Photographer. This guy didn't really need a reprint. I think that's a reprint, but I don't think it was needed. This guy needed a reprint. Bird Wizard dude. Yeah, let you read that. It's Battlefield, Scry 2. Scry 2, then draw a card. That was the card I was talking about, Preordain, before. Partner, reprint. Thoughtfest definitely need a reprint. Boros Charm need a reprint. This guy is neat. God, why is there so many? It feels like this video is still taking forever. Uses you control. Get +1/+1. Control a commander. You create a copy of this dude. So it's kind of like Scoot Swarm, except for it's depending on your commander. So interesting. And he also buffs everything by +1/+1 every time he makes a copy. So all your users are going to become really big real quick. He's going to become tall as well as large, wide. This guy enters the battlefield. He's a good commander. I'll let you guys read him. Everyone's been talking about him lately. Good for +1/+1 synergy. This dude attacks. Put a target card from defending players' graveyard under my control. Under your control, sorry. Whenever a token leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 on him. When he leaves the battlefield, create number of +1 of 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens equal to his power. I think it's good. Buff him a ton, and then you get a bunch of tokens. At minimum, you get 3 tokens at the minimum. I say buff him up more. Whenever a token leaves the battlefield, good for aristocrats. Pairs really nicely with the guy we just talked about. This guy, Cascade, yeah. Cards you have with converted mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade. Seems really good. Reshape to Earth. You pay 9 mana to get 10 lands. Really simple. I probably won't play it, to be honest. This guy enters the battlefield, return up to, yeah, don't care. I see your commander really need a reprint, so that's good. Man, we're only on page 5. Why does this take so long? I'm trying to make sure I get everything for everyone. Middle cards. Yes, things. Non-elf creature tokens get non-elf creatures get -2 on down turn. So great for your elf tribal. This is really great removal. Destroy target non-black creature if its toughness is less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. It's like a 1-drop black instant. It's awesome. Dies, yeah. Does stuff, yeah. Thanks. I think that's a reprint. This one costs destroy target player or planeswalker. Yeah. These aren't doing anything that I care about. I think we saw that on another page. But +1/+1 target creature you control. If it's legendary, fights target creature and opponent controls. That would go good in Skullbriar, but I don't see that going anywhere else. Yeah, also Skullbriar. Oh wait, maybe not. Because it would be each creature you control, so not just how many +1/+1 counters you got. Reclamation Stage, need a reprint. Don't care about that thing. This thing I like for Skullbriar. But basically double its +1/+1 counters. Yeah. Familiar Sphere. I see that in a lot of decks. I don't think it's that good, but I do see it. Fire Diamond. So I guess it's got a reprint. Good reprint. Good reprint. Interesting. Yeah, these guys are all interesting. I mean, not bad cards, but didn't need reprints. Lanterns Battlefield. Player, it's kind of like a Zuzu, but except for he gets kind of tall. And he's less good than Zuzu. Each creature sacrifices 6 creatures. You create 6 tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Nice. This guy I like. Everyone's like, oh, he's awful. Yeah, he's awful. But he makes your commander have Death Touch and Menace. So just slap him in your 99. Don't even have to have him as partner. He's 3 mana to give your commander Death Touch and Menace. It's like not bad. And he's a body. This guy, reprint. Not sure why I clicked on him. God, reprint, fantastic. Kodama's Reach, reprint, fantastic. Generous Griff, reprint, fantastic. This guy everyone's been talking about recently for some reason. Enters the battlefield, create 3/3, yeah, Golem. And artifacts put in graveyard, put a +1/+1 on him and each Golem control. So if you're doing Golem Tribal, that's your dude. I'm never going to do Golem Tribal, so. Yeah, this guy kind of trash. This guy is fun. He's an elf ball. Vigilance Menace, and his power and toughness is equal to the number of elves you control as well as the elves in your graveyard. This guy, super excited about. Board Wipe Tribal. It's here. He dies. You pay 1. You destroy all artifact creatures and enchantments. And freaking tastic. His disc is right here. You kind of do basically the same thing. Yep. If you give it indestructible, it's really annoying. Cascade. Yeah, this shit gives Encore to stuff. So, yeah, Encore. This guy's fun. Sacrifice permanent, put a +1/+1 on him. When he dies, he deals damage equal to his power to any target. This one I'm really excited about. This is an amazing equipment. It gets +3 through +3 and has protection from each color that's not in your commander's color identity. Equip commanders equip 3 and then equip normal is equip 5. So solid. I'm gonna put it in my Boros. I'm gonna put it in my Skullbriar deck. This guy, he's kind of like Heliod, but better. Except for he's easier to remove. Lifelink, at the beginning of each end step, you gain life this turn. Distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures. Yeah, you just, yeah, it's just kind of better than Heliod. So to be honest, I'd have that as a command and then put Heliod in it. I've already made my Heliod deck, so I don't want to strip it, so I probably won't do it. But yeah, so building Heliod, build this because you get access to green, which is really strong. Another reprint. Not sure if it needed it. Mana Drain, 100% needed a reprint. Fuck yeah, and it's going to make your value out of your boxes way better. Face voters. This dude, he's kind of weak. Don't care. This guy is really good. He says, fuck your draws and give me some treasures for flash. Someone plays a burst draw spell. You ain't getting that shit. I'm getting that shit. That's the dude. I think this dude's new. Where this dude, a Shaymin or equipped creature you control attacks and gains double strike until end turn. Seems solid for equipment rival. Oh, this would go okay in Skullbriar because he kind of has Skullbriar's effect was stapled onto it. It's +1/+1, and then Skullbriar never loses it. So that's interesting. I swear to God, I have other decks other than the Boros and the Skullbriar deck. I just talk about them a lot. This guy enters the battlefield as a copy of another creature you control, and legendary rule doesn't apply to it, so you slap that onto your commander. This one. Choose creature they control. You gain control of it. Okay, copy. Yeah. So you steal something that they choose. Awful. And then you pick something you control and your other stuff becomes copies of it. This guy's got Cascade. Fire Tribal. I don't care. This dude's like flying shit. This dude's got Encore. Don't care. Eureka needed reprint. Good. This guy's fun. Tap it. Add green so he's a mana dork, and then you may spend this mana to cast a spell with converted mana cost 6 or greater. Draw a card. I think it's fun. So if you're playing an expensive deck, he's just some free card drawing. He's a mana dork, so yeah, he's alright. Yeah, this one works well with artifacts in blue. I'll let you guys read it. I don't feel like reading it. Okay, Courser. You kind of cheat your commander into battlefield, and then you put it into command zone for a turn. Targets, you gain double strike until end turn. Ferocious, you get an additional thing, and they gain trample basically. This dude, reprint. Monarch. It's kind of fun for Monarch though, because yourself gets hexproof when you're Monarch. Escape trample, counter spell. What's this dude? This guy's a reprint. Just not sure. I hadn't seen him before. Arcane Denial. Can't. I don't think that's an expensive card. Cascade. This guy is kind of interesting if you like keyword soup. He's keyword soup. Not much more to talk about. Creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike until end. So keyword soup here. And then creatures you control gain life. Yeah, more keyword soup. Okay, so if you control your commander, you get a whole bunch of keyword soup. If you don't, you only one of the keyword soups. Pick. Yeah, this is a really bad card. It's basically unsummon, except for you draw a card. It's 2 more mana. This guy, actual, like, just legit red card draw, except for you gotta give it to someone else at the end of the turn. But you can just pass it back and forth between 2 people. So, you got a deal worked out on commander with someone. It's good. Reprint partner. Yeah, black elves card draw. Here, I'll pull it up. That way it's not so small. Read it. Nice Monarch board wipe. Guys, everyone discards a card. Waldrotha, reprint, good. Encore, don't care. This guy is great for group hug. Draw a card. Gains life. Great for group hug. This guy, he's great for having no maximum hand size, and then dealt damage, draw that many cards. Cool. He becomes really big. He seems fun. This guy seems fun too. Power and toughness equal to the greatest number of cards noted for this turn. We upkeep, exile top card of the library, may play that card this turn. So a little bit of card advantage. Temporary card advantage. Because it's Boros, yeah. Pirates. This dude, Monarch. You want to get the Monarch because then he does stuff. Yeah. Court. Here's another court. I'll let you guys read it. More Monarch shit. Swords of Plowshares. Actually, probably that's too quick. I'll let it sit there for a second. There you go. Swords of Plowshares. New art. Loving it. This is like a bounce land, but for colorless. Interesting. I'm not sure if it had been if this is like a reprint or something new, but I like it. Anyway, Soul Ring. Needed reprints. Great. That way I don't have to buy a bunch of Soul Rings. Hopefully I get some from the set, with it being uncommon. Yeah, this thing does a lot of stuff. I don't think it's too good though. Opal Palace. I'm glad to see I don't have any Opal Palaces. I don't think it was expensive, but I needed some, so don't have to buy it now. Reprint. Sissy's Ring. Reprint. Reprint. Any type of reprint's good. Yeah, +1/+1 synergy. Not too great though. A card. Yeah. Creature is flying. This is enchantment protection from shit. Doesn't remove auras or equipment, so that's good. Yeah, that is pretty bad. Go down here. Oh, 2 more pages left. Whew. Getting through it. Getting through it. Powering through. Trying to do this quickly. Exile target creature or enchantment. Bad. This thing. Bad, bad. This thing's good for aura and equipment. Tribal. This thing seems okay. Not great. More Monarch stuff. Yeah. I'm starting to get into the chaff shit. Because they started like having it already release all the good stuff. This thing seems fun. Artifact enchantments to planeswalkers in your graveyard return to the battlefield. So do an artifact enchantment room, tribal with planeswalkers thrown in, great for you. Other than that, don't seem that good. Yeah, this thing seems interesting, but that's about it. Monarch. Artifacts. 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 Encore. Artifacts, artifacts. Oh, nothing interesting here. The thing's kind of neat. I like that, but because I run it in Skullbriar, but that's about it. Artifacts and Shaymins. Monarch. Cascade. Missed that one, sorry. I like this thing because you can like put on a really big dude and just like tap it and be like, oh hey, take some damage. This thing's interesting. But that's about it. I just like dragon eggs. I don't know why. This thing's really fun. I like this. Draw a card, then each other player may draw a card this turn. Whenever a card is drawn this way, Explosion of Riches deals 5 damage to target opponent, choosing at random from among your opponents. So it's like, hey, who wants to be greedy? Let's dump some damage into some people. I like it. I like it a lot. I know you could definitely like have fun with that. Make for an interesting game. This guy I really like. He basically says everything has haste if it's attacking your opponents. If it's attacking you, it does not have haste. Just gives haste to everything that attacks your opponents. It doesn't deny haste like to other cards, but like it just says, hey, haste if you're attacking someone else. So it's funny. Including your stuff. So that's nice. Okay. Well, alright. On to the last page. Yeah, we're kind of getting into more chaffy stuff now, so we'll be going through a little bit quicker. Rummaging Goblin, that's a nice little reprint. I like him. He's not expensive, but I like him. More auras. Cascade. Encore. +1/+1 synergies. +1/+1 synergies. Wait. So +1/+1 synergies, and then if you get 3, you sacrifice it, go look for their lands. Interesting. +1/+1 synergies. There's the English version of that reprint. So here, I'll let you guys take a look at that. Okay. Wild size. Oh, this guy's fun. He's kind of like Animar, but like less good. But he's an elephant, so super cool. +1/+1 synergies. This spell costs 1 less for each creature you control with +1/+1 counter on it. Then creature spells you control cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with +1/+1 counter on it. It just makes your deck cheaper. For creatures at least. So very creature heavy. But, yeah, Verge Heart, good for reprint. Need more access to that. Same with these guys. Lots of equipment this time. Interesting. I noticed that equipment and auras are kind of like a sub-theme in here. Very small sub-theme, but still. More than I was expecting. Yeah. No, this is overly interesting. Yep. Alrighty. Well, we're going to call it that for today. Although, I don't like how they showed the Simic commander, but they didn't show the Boros commander. So let's go look that up. Legends. Especially because I talked about it so much. I like at least want you guys to be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so where's the dude? Oh, wow, they don't even show the commander. What? They have his name right there. That's so dumb. Who designed it this way? That's so stupid. Why would you do that? You can't even see like what he looks like. Oh my god. That's so dumb. Why are things these ways? Okay, here we go. You can see him right here. When he attacks, you draw a card for each Aura equipment attached to him. And the new cards that come with them are absolutely garbage. Dumpster fire, these two. Could not care less about either one of them. Anyways, that will be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, if you got anything that can improve my videos or ideas or anything, please just leave comments. I found out recently I had my comments turned off. I apologize for that. But as always, I don't care about likes, subscriptions, or bell for notification things or whatnot. I really just want to hear from the community and see how I can improve. All right. Well, hope you have a great one. Later.